Coming up tonight, anti-vaccination protesters take over the streets of New York City.
SUNY Oswego hosts a Thanksgiving pie sale to support the local community.
And a woman suspiciously dies on the streets of Oswego.
WTOP 10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Ben Kinney.
And I'm Clarissa Karki.
Oswego police are investigating a suspicious death that occurred this past weekend on Erie Street. Dispatchers received a call around 5 p.m. Saturday of reports of a person face down on the side of the road, unconscious with abnormal breathing.
Emergency medical personnel were the first to the scene on Erie Street, just over a mile away from Oswego High School. According to Oswego Police Captain Damian Waters, when Oswego Police arrived, the medical responders told officers they were unable to revive the person.
Emergency crews closed off Erie Street Saturday night to investigate until after midnight on Sunday. The Oswego Police are investigating the death as suspicious. Oswego Police Chief Phil Cady says the location where the individual was found makes the death suspicious.
Cady has also confirmed the person who died is a woman, but the police department will not yet release her name until they take further investigation steps and are waiting for the medical examiner's findings. Police Captain Waters says there is no danger to the community.
University police officers on the Oswego campus will soon be wearing a new piece of equipment thanks to a donation from the Oswego City Police Department. The Oswego City Police Department donated 6 Axon body cameras to the University Police. In a post on Facebook, Oswego Mayor Billy Barlow said, quote, "Donating our body cameras to SUNY PD is a great display of support and cooperation between 2 local law enforcement agencies and ensures the safety of all police officers and members of the public throughout Oswego," end quote.
Johnson Road Bridge over the Rice Creek, otherwise known as County Route 7, has reopened after roughly a month of interrupted travel. The bridge has been an essential part of commutes throughout the community since 1954. However, in June of 2019, the Department of Transportation flagged the bridge for poor status and projected completion to be in late October or early November. The project drew praise from the multiple county leaders as they commended them for their promptness.
The cooler weather last weekend was a welcome sight to thousands of fishermen who flocked to Oswego County rivers for the 2021 salmon season. The annual tradition, which frequently sees anglers land record-sized fish, has seen a large increase in popularity due to the COVID-19 pandemic. According to the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, fishermen are seeking both Chinook and coho salmon, which can grow up to 2 feet in length. Look at that handsome fisherman right there.
Oswego County Opportunities has received $200,000 in federal funding to assist children living on streets. OCO's Homelessness Services Coordinator Jill Brunuski says money will be used to maintain and fund OCO's new Yes Shelter project, an 8-bedroom space for homeless children aged 18 or younger. Children will be allowed to stay up to 21 days from their initial arrival.
Technical education students at SUNY Oswego will learn how to educate the leaders of tomorrow thanks to a grant from National Grid. Officials from National Grid presented a $19,000 check to support the Kids Tech program, which was developed by the Department of Technology staff members Mark Springston and Karen Dykman in 2012. The program consists of 2 4-week programs each semester for children to learn science, technology, engineering, and math. The funding will allow students to take home high-quality STEM materials following the completion.
Good news for pie lovers out there. The SUNY Oswego State Employees Federal Appeal Planning Committee is bringing back its Thanksgiving pie sale from October 25th to November 25th. According to SEFA, all proceeds from the sale will go to United Way of Oswego County and Human Concerns Food Pantry. Varieties of 8 inches pies in different flavors will be among those sold at SEFA storefront.
The West Side Riverwalk is ready to come alive with ghosts and ghouls as part of the 2nd annual Creepy Crawl. Presented by the City of Oswego, the 3-day event begins on Thursday and will feature spooky attractions for all ages, such as a mechanical bull, a rock wall, and face painting. The walkway along the river behind the Pontiac Hotel will also be transformed into Oswego's Creepy Crawly Trail.
Protesters are gathering outside Barclays Center in Brooklyn in support of Kyrie Irving, who was unable to join the NBA team after choosing not to get vaccinated. Although the NBA does not require players to be vaccinated, Irving was deemed ineligible according to new New York State COVID-19 regulations barring such activities. Protesters outside the arena showed up for the NET's first home game, chanting "Let Kyrie play" and "Stand with Kyrie." As a result, many seats in the game against the Charlotte Hornets were empty. It is currently unclear if the commotions in the plaza caused it.
Hundreds of New York City employees are taking to the streets to protest Mayor Bill de Blasio's vaccine mandate, which states all city employees must receive their first dose by the 29th of October. The protesters, which include members of the Fire Department of New York and Department of Sanitation workers, stalled traffic as they were seen marching into Manhattan on the Brooklyn Bridge. De Blasio says those who don't receive a vaccine by the 29th will be suspended without pay. Coming up later tonight, Moderna says their vaccine for kids aged 5 to 11 is effective. We'll tell you when the CDC expects children to be eligible.
And Facebook is facing possibly its biggest crisis in the history of their platform.
Now let's take a look at the weather with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Joseph Champagne. Joseph, when are we going to see the sun again?
Well, not anytime soon. Unfortunately, we do have very active weather coming into the region that will persist for the next 36 hours. Coming up after the break, I will let you know what to expect and your Halloween forecast as well.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know. Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm meteorologist Joseph Champagne. Like I said before the break, we do have a very active weather pattern coming into Oswego tonight and into tomorrow. That heavy rain will be working its way into the picture overnight tonight, but some good news on the horizon. We do have some sunny conditions coming for the midweek and to end the week as well, and those temperatures will be right around average going into your Halloween weekend. Looking at your current radar and temperatures across New York State here, again, we do have some green showing up on the radar indicating those showers beginning to work into the picture. Temperatures in Oswego right around 50 degrees here. A bit warmer as you go into the southern tier, where we do have some flash flood watches in effect for, again, that very active weather that we will have going through tonight and tomorrow. Looking at your chances of rain here, we're going to start out tonight here. Chance of showers, but watch as we go overnight tonight. Those chances quickly rise up into the likely probability. As we go into the overnight hours here, we do have some very likely chances of rain, and that will persist through the afternoon Tuesday and into your evening as well, where that will begin to taper off and drop out as we head into the overnight on Wednesday and into Wednesday morning. That sunshine will be back in the picture, and chances of rain will be relatively low, and that will continue through the week. Looking at your Tuesday hour-by-hour forecast here, we're going to wake up at 48 degrees, or by the time you're at work, 9 a.m., we will have that rain and wind in the forecast. By noon at that lunch hour, 51 degrees with that rain still coming down. By 3 p.m. through 6 p.m. on the way home, we will still have some showers, perhaps heavy at times. Temperatures cooling down into the upper end of 40s, and then by 9 o'clock, look at that, right around 49 degrees, and then those showers will be out of the forecast by then. Looking at your bus stop forecast going into tomorrow morning, you're going to want to pack those umbrellas and rain jackets for the kids. We will have very heavy rain working into the picture. Southeast wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. On the way home, again, very heavy rain in the forecast. That northeast wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. So there will be blowing rain, as well. Wrapping up here with your 7-day forecast, a very rainy and choppy Tuesday. Going into the midweek and to end the week, the sunshine comes back out into the picture, and then by your Halloween weekend, we do have a chance for more showers, and then going into the work week next week, partly cloudy skies will persist. Coming up after the break, more news and sports.
I'm a lot more confident and a lot more sure of my abilities.
At Oswego is where I really found myself and became the person I am. You work hard and you play hard. I love the environment of SUNY Oswego.
Made her college years possible, opening that education savings account when she was little, spearheading campus tours, and deciphering financial aid. If you can ace planning for college, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Ben Kinney. James Michael Tyler, or as most people might know him, Gunther, the manager of the Central Perk coffee store from the hit show Friends, has died peacefully in his home on Sunday. Tyler died at the age of 59 after battling prostate cancer that was diagnosed back in 2018. He first revealed he was battling stage 4 prostate cancer back in June when he did an interview with NBC's Today Show. He said that doctors discovered the cancer during a routine physical. James Michael Tyler will be missed.
A New York woman is suing Kellogg's after she claimed the fruit filling in their Pop-Tarts don't have enough strawberry. According to the lawsuit, the advertising on boxes for the strawberry Pop-Tarts are misleading because the filling uses less strawberry and more pears and apples. The woman is asking for $5 million in damages for the misleading advertising. The lawyer that is representing her is also representing another woman from Illinois who sued Kellogg's back in August for similar allegations.
Parents who have been waiting for the opportunity to vaccinate their children may be in luck as the FDA weighs the benefits and risks for kids ages 5 and up to receive the vaccine. Brett Conway reports.
How are we going to end the pandemic? The best way to do so is to have the maximum number of individuals immune, and that's what vaccines offer you. And if that includes kids, that's all the more reason to send this virus packing.
Pfizer is already packing, ready and waiting to ship out its COVID-19 vaccine for kids 5 to 11. It's 2 doses, 3 weeks apart, each a third of a normal dose. And Pfizer says it's about 90% effective against symptomatic infection. The FDA's vaccine advisors are scheduled to meet tomorrow to make their recommendation to the FDA, which has already said the benefits outweigh the risks. So if and when the FDA formally makes the emergency use authorization, Pfizer is ready to get shipping.
So it will be available for use once there's a hopefully positive vote from CDC. So it could be as early as November 4th and 5th that you can go into some locations and get your child vaccinated.
The nation's 28 million kids in that age group could get their first COVID-19 vaccine in just about a week and a half, but ultimately, it's up to parents.
Parents ought to look at that discussion, see what the experts are saying. I don't want to get ahead of FDA and CDC's advisory process. Let's see what they say. But the data preliminarily looks pretty good.
And you're all done.
I think it could make a huge difference. It would be pivotal.
Pivotal to ending this pandemic. I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Both Dr. Fauci and Dr. Walensky have confirmed that all vaccines and booster shots can be mixed and matched without any side effects.
Facebook is in the midst of an intensifying crisis as the social media giant is confronted by whistleblowers, congressional inquiries, and a public relations firestorm. Chris Nugent has the latest.
Facebook under fire, facing what could be the biggest crisis in the social media giant's 17-year history.
The research and studies that reveal Facebook putting profits over people are from Facebook's own files revealed to them long before it was revealed to us.
The fallout started Friday when a group of media outlets, including CNN, started reporting on hundreds of internal company documents dubbed the Facebook Papers. Whistleblower Frances Haugen provided the papers as evidence to support disclosures she made to the Securities and Exchange Commission, and her legal counsel provided Congress with redacted copies.
Facebook never set out to prioritize polarizing divisive content. It just happened to be a side effect of choices they did make.
Monday, the former Facebook employee appeared before the UK Parliament to call for more government regulation of the social media platform.
Facebook acting in a non-transparent, unaccountable way will just lead to more tragedies.
The papers reveal how the company addressed misinformation and moderated hate speech, and they paint a damning picture of Facebook's role in the January 6th insurrection.
It's clear that the January 6th organization, per se, used them as an organizing tool to the extent that we can identify what really happened.
A Facebook spokesperson told CNN Friday that the responsibility for the violence that occurred on January 6th lies with those who attacked the Capitol and those who encouraged them. In Washington, I'm Chris Wynn.
Now, some U.S. lawmakers are calling for CEO Mark Zuckerberg to testify on Capitol Hill, signaling no end in sight for company's troubles.
The Sudanese prime minister is under house arrest following a coup by the country's military. This comes after the country's Ministry of Information issued a statement documenting the arrest. Members of Sudan's transitional government and members of the country's sovereign council were also arrested. Sudanese troops opened fire on pro-democracy protesters earlier today, and the U.S. has since cut off aid to the nation's government after the coup. Coming up in sports, Jake Johnson.
Jake, can you give us a quick preview?
Coming up in sports, both Laker hockey teams were in action this weekend, and they had some huge victories. As well, the World Series is all set. Let me get you ready for Game 1 tomorrow night.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
Our son Arjun was born with cystic fibrosis. CF is a genetic disease that shortens lives. When the foundation was founded in 1955, children with CF rarely live long enough to attend kindergarten. Today, thanks to the foundation's groundbreaking research, advocacy, and care, some people with CF are attending college, getting married, and starting families. We've made amazing progress, but until a cure is found for all people with CF, we will not stop. Help us add tomorrows. Visit cff.org today.
Is there a danger hiding in your home? Unused opioid medicines could harm your family. Find your unused opioid pills, patches, or syrups and learn how to dispose of them safely at fda.gov/drug disposal.
Good evening and welcome back to WTOP 10 Sports. I'm Jake Johnson. Well, the Deb was rocking this weekend and for good reason. The Oswego State men's ice hockey team defeated the SUNY Canton Kangaroos 9-1. Josh LeBlanc tallied his first career hat trick and recorded 4 points on the night, assisting on the Tyler Flack goal. Travis Broman added 2 more goals to his career total. Also adding goals were Jackson Arcan, Trent Grisham, and Alex DiCarlo. The Lakers officially start their season this Friday right here at the Deb against Hobart. Tune in right here at 6:30 for Hockey Night in Oswego. Now, the women's hockey team started their season off very strong. They broke the Oswego State women's hockey record for most goals in a game when they defeated Kings College 18-0. It's easier to say who did not have a point, as every Laker except for one in the lineup recorded a point. Then on Saturday, the Lakers faced off with Newman University Knights. They came away victorious by a final score of 7-0. Megan Teachow and Morgan Shines each scored twice, followed by Mac Hull, Kaylee Grugan, and Simone Bednarik, netting one each for the Lakers. They will travel to Michigan this Friday to take on Adrian College, and Saturday face Trine University in Indiana. Now to the turf. The Oswego State men's soccer team has advanced to the SUNYAC playoffs as a 6th seed, taking on number 3 seeded SUNY Oneonta this coming Saturday at Red Dragon Field. Oswego advanced on tiebreaker rules over SUNY Plattsburgh. The last time Oswego was in the SUNYAC playoffs, they lost to SUNY Cortland in extra rounds of penalty kicks. Can the Lakers finally slay a Red Dragon, or will the ship be sunk? Find out this Saturday and check for updates on WTOP 10 Sports Twitter all weekend long for all things Laker sports. Now, what a weekend it was to be an Atlanta Braves fan. For the first time since 1999, the Atlanta Braves have advanced to a World Series. They'll be taking on the Houston Astros. The Bravos defeated the Dodgers in Game 6 of the National League Championship Series. The Braves were carried in the NLCS by Eddie Rosario. Rosario was named NLCS MVP after his game-winning 3-run home run in the bottom of the 4th. First game of the World Series is tomorrow night. Charlie Morton will be on the bump for the Braves and Framber Valdez for the Astros. Game 1, 8:08. Now,
welcome back to East Rutherford, where both of these teams are looking
against Sam Darnold and the Carolina Panthers. New York Giants taking on the Panthers. Starting off right here, it's Sam Darnold. He's going to end up getting sacked, but he's going to lose the ball, and they're going to call it intentionally grounding. It's going to be 2-3 Giants trail. Now, a little later, a little bit of trickery for the Giants. Dante Pettis. Wait, is that Odell? Oh, it's Daniel Jones. He comes back, and he makes a one-handed grab out of midair. Look at that. He looks like Odell back in a Giants uniform. Now 5-3. Daniel Jones, he throws. Dante Pettis again. Number 13 looking real good for the New York Giants. Giants up 12-3. As you see Daniel Jones there celebrate now. 18-3. Devontae Booker, he's going to go left for 23 yards and extend the New York Giants lead now 25-3. Saquon still out with the ankle injury. The New York Giants, that is their largest home win by 22 points since 2012. And Joe Judge finally gets his second win on the year as they defeat the Carolina Panthers 25-3.
That win definitely was not a trick for the Giants. It was definitely a treat for their fans, though, Jake. Speaking of which, what are you guys doing for Halloween this weekend?
Well, I have plans. I am going to organize a scavenger hunt at the Central Campus Community Council, so make sure you come at Hart or Fennell Hall if you want to participate, and later maybe, who knows,
Fun.
What we're going to do.
Fun. Joey?
I'm not sure just yet. I haven't even gotten a costume, so we'll see. We'll take it day by day until the weekend.
Yeah, well, I mean, thankfully I live off campus, so I cannot wait to hand out candy to all the kids. We did it last year. Super exciting to see all the kids come by the house.
Yeah, I'm going over to my girlfriend's to help her hand out candy with her family. Now, Hobart this weekend, opening night, regular season at the Deb. What are you looking at?
It's a huge game. Hobart is always nationally ranked when they come into it, and they're a really, really good team. But like we see with Oswego, we don't know what's going to be returned. So Hobart has a lot of guys that aren't on this team anymore. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. I think it's going to be super low scoring because both teams have really good goalie play, and we don't know what to expect from the offense. So honestly, just show up at the Deb on a Friday night, 7 o'clock to find out what happens.
Yeah, that definitely looked like a good team this past weekend. Joey, one last check of the weather. When's it going to warm up?
Tomorrow's going to be a good day to stay in and do homework, get it done before the weekend comes. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, not going to be too bad. The sun will come back out, and we will have some, mild temperatures for this time of year.
Alrighty. Now, are we going to need to wear a jacket?
Well, we do have some showers possible Friday night, Saturday night as well. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a washout, but there will be some showers at times. So you might want to pack a jacket, or if you don't really care, then,
Got it.
Just as long as it doesn't snow. I remember one year it snowed on Halloween. That wasn't too much fun.
Snow would be a bummer, yeah.
Jake knows what I'm talking about.
It happens in the Adirondacks a lot.
Yep. That's our report for tonight. Be sure to stay tuned for major discussions.
Thank you for watching. Have a great night, everyone.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter, male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers, we have leaders in business.
It's me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Here at WTOP, we pride ourselves on delivering you all the news you need to know from the day's events. Whether it's happened on Capitol Hill or right here in Oswego, we make sure you know all about it. We keep you up to date on all your favorite Oswego and professional sports.
And our Storm Team 10 meteorologists will make sure that you know exactly what weather you're up against when you start your day.
Every Monday through Thursday night, make sure to tune in to Channel 10.2, because at WTOP, we don't just tell you the news.
We are
the news.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, "Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you and we'll figure it out."
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.